Well, welcome to a new Dave's Workshop Tours video. This time I'm in Melbourne's West at the Australian Vdub Performance Centre. Just like every other workshop I visit, this one is run off its feet with the repairs and restorations that's exacerbated by the lack of staff and supply chain issues. So I'm very grateful to Mick for giving me the time to show me about.
This Karmann Ghia up here that we're doing, this car's from New South Wales. It looks like it's in primer, but that's its actual colour that he wants it in. We're at the stage at the moment of doing the fit out for the engine, which is a turbocharged 2.3 litre engine.
What engine is it?
It's a VW engine. We're expecting to probably produce anywhere between 350 and 400 horsepower at the wheels.
Okay, so what other modifications are you going to have to make to deal with that?
Well, obviously the brakes have been upgraded, and now currently we're working on the fuel system. We've just put an oil cooler in it, and we're just doing the plumbing now before we remove the engine and do the final tidy up of everything.
Is this car known to you, or is it just a...
No, it's just a job that's come in from it's come in from New South Wales. We've had this car a while though. We've been a little bit slow on it. But yeah, hopefully
was that part supply and stuff?
It was probably more with a lot of these big jobs. We have a tendency to use them as a fill-in, and because they get quite costly, people
they're quite welcome of the break.
Well, that's exactly right. So they got a little bit more time to save up the coin to continue the project.
Great stuff. Okay, yeah. Let's have a look at the next one. Now this one, I can't tell for sure, but 4 tailpipes tells me there's something...
No, just a different type of exhaust. This has still got a Beetle-based engine in it. Right. All right, it's a brand new engine that we've built for it, and is going to make a move up to Cairns. So they're going travelling. He has 2 vehicles here at the moment. So what we've done with this particular car is basically replaced all the running gear and done the interior, and just getting it ready for them to take a long trip.
Wow, yeah.
Hopefully problem-free. So yeah, but it has got like a different type of exhaust, but as you can see, most of the stuff underneath the car has been all replaced.
Oh, it's certainly, crikey, it's bloody clean under here, isn't it?
This one here also belongs to the same gentleman, all right, and he's going up to Cairns. So this is here for raise the suspension. So we have to put different running gear under it to bring it back up to some sort of, because he's towing a trailer.
Right.
Yeah. Engine upgrade, and all necessary parts for him to complete that trip. Sure. So haven't quite started this job yet. Get rid of one, and then we'll move on with that one.
Lovely. Okay. And behind you, just been delivered?
Yeah. So because you just come in, she's broken down. I just went for a quick run in it then to have a look what was going on, and it feels like it may have a fuel pump issue where it's starving of juice, so it might travel along for a kilometre or 2 and then want to basically run out of juice, and then you've got to wait for it to recoup. So we'll probably just put a new fuel pump in it. We'll just check it and make sure that's what it is, and hopefully it's back out again. It is a car that we've still got a lot of work to do on. She's going to get new cupboards and so forth built by a cabinet maker. So that's where she was heading to the cabinet maker, until it's failed.
So we've got a pretty big job on here.
Yeah, okay, so this is where we do our panel work usually. Our panel beater's away today. He's a bit of an old boy, but can't beat experience. So this job here is probably a job that we would have advised him not to go ahead with, but he's got what he's got, and we'll just have to deal with it. So this has had quite extensive rust repairs done. It will be it's a completely modified front. We've had to take out the indicator assemblies, so these will all be filled in. The rear ones are filled in. Different grille going in it. Just waiting on a new turret for it, which was rusted out. The doors were rusted out. The back of the car was rusted out. But in saying all of that, the cars have gone up in value a lot, so some people will persist with it. At the moment, this section that we're doing over here, this part, is we're just unpicking it so that we can get the whole hinge assembly and so forth for the rear tailgate. Have a donor to do that, because a lot of that stuff's just not available. Some of the panels we'll fabricate, some of the panels we will purchase as a repair section, which will come probably from the UK usually, or possibly the States, depending on what it is.
You say the buses, the Type 2s, they're rising in value, and it's making it worth doing these?
Yeah, okay, so like what happened was obviously the split windows really took off for a stage, right, where everybody was saying, that, they were a great investment and so forth. Unfortunately, down here now, right, a lot of these cars are getting imported from Brazil.
Sorry, the bay windows?
The split window ones, right? And it's probably hurt the market a little bit. Obviously, they're left-hand drive and they're a later model bus, even though they are a splitty, but not as nicely built as the original German ones and so forth, all right? But the bay windows are the ones that are increasing in value now, and the splitties have stabilised. Much more comfortable car to drive, bit more room, and fairly universal as far as what you can do with them. We're doing coffee vans, we're doing wedding cars, campers. So they're a pretty universal vehicle, and everybody that does it usually has their own unique thing. But we don't do any of these cars for ourselves to sell. Basically all the cars that we do here are clients' cars.
Okay, all right, then you've got something special over in the corner, I believe.
Oh yeah, we've got a couple of things over here. This one's only just rolled in. Once again, this is this has been at another workshop where they've put in a new roof for it with the upper windows and the sunroof to make it like a 23 window. It is a right-hand drive vehicle though, and basically this car is here for complete assembly, paint work, and get it running. We'll be going to Singapore. So these people live in Singapore. They've just left it in our hands to get that car up and running for them as a nice car. So we'll be here a little while. It's not your 5-minute job. So and it looks like, from what I can see, we've got a bit of work on our hands. Everything has to be sort of gone over. We don't really trust what's underneath there, so we'll probably remove the primer and just check before we go through. Right.
So taking on other people's work in that manner, it's always a bit tough, yeah?
Can be. We find that it's pretty hard to put any responsibility what happens down the track, purely because we don't know what's underneath and how it's been repaired. If we were doing that, they would get informed that that's the situation.
They take on the responsibility.
They take the responsibility on, and if they're all happy with that, away we go. But we've had it before where, 12 months, 2 years down, paint starting to lift and things like that, where the preparation prior to it being in paint isn't been adequate, or the repair hasn't been done correctly, then it can pose problems.
Okay, Mick, what's this in the corner?
Okay, so this is what they call a Tempo Matador, which is like a VW type truck. This has come from WA, from one of our clients that we've built a few cars for. He purchased it of an old brickyard, and it's basically here to get rebuilt.
So what's VW here?
It runs all VW running gear, a special type of transmission. It's like a 36 horsepower early type VW engine, and yeah, they're a pretty unique truck, I should say. Suicide doors, but all very rusty. So basically we've had to, and once again, very difficult to get components for.
I've never even heard of it.
We have done already extensive amount of work on it. Once again, this is one of those jobs that we don't really quote. We just do as an hourly job, and there's quite a few hours. Once again, he's happy to ease up on it sometimes, and then we get back on it. He does try to source a lot of the material that we're looking for to hopefully complete the project, i.e. window regulators and things like this, which we didn't have anything of. Yeah, factory dimple plate, which he actually sourced that, which is the original type of dimple plate. And it just needs to be assembled, so it'll be pieced together, and then hopefully we can, once we get the doors all sorted, which we can't put the doors together until...
Come outside of you. Sorry.
We can't put the doors together until we get the window mechanism operating and so forth.
So would this have been Australian supplied?
It would have been brought into Australia. This is a right-hand drive car.
Oh wow.
So, unique type gearbox, having like a CV joint system with steering in it and so forth, and all incorporated into the gearbox.
And what's the future for this?
I think it'll be a beer van of some description. He's a bit of a car collector, so yeah, so we'll probably put barrels and wood or wood down the back, you know, beer barrels. And
so it'll be a flatbed at the back?
It will be flatbed, maybe with some small sides, yeah.
Okay. So that would be for actual commercial use or for his own?
Own personal use,
right.
Yeah,
cool.
not commercial, no.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can, I'll just see. So I can get rid of that. That's the nose of it. That will go on the front.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is, yeah, completely different, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Very much like a 1930s sort of something from the sci-fi film.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Metropolis or something. Or actually in front of those German trains
and the fuel tank sits in under the front, and it does all. They're quite a unique vehicle. As we probably progress, I'll brush over it a little bit more for you, and hopefully, if we do a few more shows, you'll see it get pieced together a bit more and go through it.
That'd be great, mate. That'd be great. Okay, that's absolutely brilliant. Thanks for your time, Mick. Have we got some more?
I can show you a few other little things.
Let's do it. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in here we have our machine room. This is basically where we do all of our machining of the engines and so forth, or any of our work that's required for fabrication. All sorts of things, bandsaw, lathe obviously, honer for the barrels, flow bench if we're doing any flowing of cylinder heads and so forth, mill. Seating machine for doing valves and so forth, whatever we need to be doing there.
So it's pretty much a one-stop shop you got.
Oh yeah, basically you could just drive in and drive out, and that's how we've operated for the last sort of 25 years, to be honest with you. It's not bad. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not so much fun, but most of the people here are enthusiasts and enjoy it. But once again, it's still hard to get the right people to do what you need to be getting done. You know, if you lose a member, it hurts. Yes. Okay, it's a bit of a mess in here at the moment. We're under the pump, but basically this is where we assemble all of our engines. Hey mate, he'd be right. Yeah. Once again, I've just received a whole heap of fans, so I'll just get rid of them. Stuff that I can't buy, mate, so I've just had to, these are all cooling fans for kombis. You can get them new, but they're extremely expensive, so been at a swap meet, found myself 5 of these babies, alright.
Just being sold by one person?
Sorry?
Being sold by one person?
Yeah, like obviously there was a place that had, or a collector of some sort had got shut down, and he had them lying around, so I've sort of got my hands on them, and hopefully, yeah, so that we've got some bits and pieces. Basically in here I do all the transmissions. I can show you out here. This is one of one of the transmissions and so forth that's come out of the Formula V. So it has a different suspension system than most, but basically it's a VW gearbox.
So Mick, thanks very much for showing us about. We're back to the beginning.
No worries.
It'd be great to come back and see you progress with some of these jobs.
Yeah, no, sure. We're happy to have you back, and hopefully we can take you through a couple of the jobs that we're working on, and hopefully we can teach people a few things that what goes on. It would be great.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, mate.
All right. Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It was a real delight to be shown around the Vdub Performance Centre, as it brought back so many memories of friends V-dubs, as well as poking my nose inside a Beetle resto workshop when I was a teenager back in the UK. Such a hive of activity here, but as Mick mentioned, the staffing issues that have hit the industry are being felt none more so than here. His body shop man is on the verge of retirement, and there doesn't seem to be a replacement out there, so the department could well be shutting down pretty soon, and the acquired skills and knowledge built up over generations lost with it. It's a topic I keep coming across, and one I want to investigate further as this journey continues on YouTube. In the meantime, do go back and watch the first episode from the Vdub Performance Centre if you haven't already done so. And please let me know what you think about anything you've seen in the videos or the issue I've mentioned above.